Hello, today I'll be reviewing the book The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jonasson. This book was originally written apparently in Swedish by the Swedish man before it was translated into English. This is the English version that I have here today, and it's been a worldwide hit, especially in Europe. Before I go on about the book, let me tell you a little bit more about the author because I find it very interesting about his history. And a quick search on Google led me to this article on Telegraph by Angela Levin. Apparently, the author Jonas Jonasson was previously a journalist before he turned to a producer with a work that he worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, and he did that for the past 2 decades before the stress took a toll on him and decided he needed to change his life. That's when he wrote this book. And the main character of this book, so let's get started. The main character of this book is Alan Carlson. He's the 100-year-old man, and he decides to climb out of his window on the eve of his birthday party, just right before his birthday party. And it was a very impulsive thing, so he left with his bedroom slippers on. And eventually, we know that we don't know much about Alan at first. We know that he's 100 years old, he's about to have a birthday party with the mayor attending and as well as a few media people. So it's pretty much a celebrated party in that town. And we know that he's pretty fit and physically fit because he managed to climb out of a window at 100. And he ends up at a bus stop. Now, the most interesting part of the book for me here is when he goes to a bus stop, there's this young man, who has a shirt that says "Never Again" on the back of it. And he asks Alan to actually look after his luggage bag. And, well, when Alan's bus came, he looked around for the young man. The young man was still in the loo, so he decided to just make off with the bag. And that's where essentially I think the whole story starts to begin. And I think there should be something very important. I'm not giving you any spoilers, but there is something very important in the luggage bag, and it's wanted by a notorious group in Sweden. Alan makes off with this luggage bag. He goes to some village where he goes on a run, and halfway through the story, between Alan's trying to make his escape, we learn about Alan's past, which is very interesting because we have flick backs between chapters to those times when Alan was younger and the important parts he actually played in some vital 20th century events. It's very interesting to actually think that one would incorporate history into a comedy novel, so-called. And for example, they have this really amazing chapter here, you can see 15. And they actually write Monday, May 2005. And then next chapter, 16. It goes from 1948 to 1953. So we actually know the timeline. So it's not confusing when you fix between events. So we actually know where we are. I particularly like this book because it has a very comical twist to it. What do you expect? It's a 100-year-old man. It's kind of quirky and whimsical in a way, as in it's very different. I like it because it's different, and I thought that it was special because it had this quirkiness about it that I think it had that such an attitude about it, that cheekiness about it, that showed that it cared, but at the same time, oh well, I'm 100. What do you expect? So here's my review on The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out and Disappeared from the Window by Jonas Jonasson. Thank you!